Welcome back to Vegan Sing. Today we'll be making dal makhani, which roughly translates to creamy lentils, but we'll be making it with a twist. And that twist is, obviously it's Vegan Sing, but we also won't be using any oil. So it'll be a healthy, high protein meal. But how will it be a makhani? How will it be creamy without the oil? Well, that'll be barely an inconvenience. I'm gonna share all my tips and tricks. So let's get started and indulge. Ayo chaliye. Kiddha? So let's start out with the star of the dish, which are the black lentils. In Punjab, they're called Mahdi dal, and in India, the rest of India, they're called urad dal. We'll be pressure cooking this dal. Dal means lentil. Soak the dal overnight for 12 hours so it's easier to cook. Soak the dal with turmeric. That turmeric flavor infuses into the dal. Let's check it out. Let's start cooking the dal. I want to put the stove on high heat. We will be cooking the dal in the pressure cooker for 2 whistles. Then I'll tell you the next steps after that happens. In the meantime, let's work on our tadka or stir fry. This is a no oil dish, so how are we gonna do a stir fry without any oil? Well, we're gonna be using natural oils from onion and garlic. So what we're gonna do is roast onion and garlic in the oven, and that it'll caramelize and get this oily texture we'll use in the tadka. The reason the roasting step is so important is for our masalas or spices to get absorbed. You need some kind of fat to absorb those spices. That's why Indian cooking uses so much oil. It's a great way to absorb all this masala. In this case, that's why it's so important for the caramelization of these onions and garlic, because it'll help absorb all the masalas and you will have a flavorful dal makhani. 4 cloves of garlic and 1 medium onion peeled into cups. I'm gonna go ahead and roast this for 10 minutes on a preheated 450-degree oven. That's 1 whistle. 1 whistle. That's the second whistle. That was really eventful. That was the second whistle. So after the second whistle, what we will do is I've put this on simmer. So we will simmer the dal for another 10 minutes, and then we'll just turn off the gas after the 10 minutes and just let all the steam come out. That way you get a well-rounded cooked dal, so you don't have to cook as much later on in the process. The onion and garlic are roasted to perfection. They're nice and soft, and they have that beautiful char. Add the roasted onions and garlic into a blender, and then we'll blend it until it's nicely liquefied. Make sure to add a splash of water to help with the blending process. Add the liquefied mixture into a pot and then add a splash of water to help cook the onions and garlic a little bit more so you don't have a raw taste. And this will also help extract all of the oils too. Cook on medium flame. Then keep on stirring so you don't burn the mixture. And you can really smell the garlic here. It has such an amazing aroma. You'll notice how after 5 to 10 minutes, the color starts to change and become more golden. That's the time to start adding your masalas. I'm adding 3 teaspoons of coriander powder. Coriander powder is the best. It's called dhania powder in Punjabi. I'm adding Kashmiri red chili powder for some color, 1 teaspoon, and then I'm adding roasted dried cumin, 2 teaspoons. Crush 1 tablespoon of kasuri methi into the mixture. Make sure you crush it, otherwise you're gonna have big pieces of leaves. But this is a total flavor enhancer. It's a must in this dish. Just don't overdo it with all the spices. A lot of people add a lot of garam masala and all those different spices. Not needed. Just keep it simple. The dal has completed cooking in the pressure cooker. As you can see, it's nice and soft and it's expanded, and you can see that beautiful color. So the way we're gonna add the dal into the masala is we're gonna just add the lentil pieces first before we add the water. So we're gonna slowly add all these lentil pieces. Be careful not to over stir them because it'll start getting more and more crushed. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure when you start stirring, you fold the lentils. You want to add the lentils first so it captures all the taste from the masalas, and it'll taste so good. Once the masalas have infused into the dal, we'll add the water from the pressure cooker. That'll have all the other dal flavors in it as well. And now you just keep stirring. This is another 10-minute process. If you like it more runny, you can add more water. I like mine a little bit more thick, so I'm gonna just cook it for 10 more minutes. It'll be nice and creamy and ready to go. Can you believe that's vegan and no oil? Look at that creamy dal. Bon appetit. Let's see how it tastes. Okay, that's amazing. It's a must try. Definitely try this on your own. Dal makhani is actually a village food, and it's been cooked in the villages for centuries. And the key ingredient is not butter, milk, or oil. It's love. They would cook this dal makhani for hours in the day. They would slow cook this dal makhani for hours and hours and hours. And that's how you get this amazing taste. I used a pressure cooker today because I wanted the recipe to be practical to the average household. But historically, they would cook this for hours, and that's how it would be so creamy. Makhani is so multifaceted because its sweetness, its creaminess, but it doesn't necessarily have to come from dairy products. It can come from the dal itself, from the slow cooking. With the pressure cooker, I was able to achieve something that was creamy, but it would be even more creamy if you simmer this for hours and hours in the day. But it still works out. The recipe is delicious the way it is, but if you do have the time, definitely slow cook it, continue to add water. The dal becomes really creamy and then has this natural sweetness as well when you slow cook it. If you enjoyed that episode, you'll definitely enjoy this episode on how to make chole bhature. Definitely check it out.